Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on, everybody?
Chillin', chillin', Merc. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you buried underneath the mountain of Hasbro news?
Um, yeah, sadly. They did they did you the Hasbro Pulse things. If you're exclusive to Pulse member, you could watch the videos and stuff, which I am because it gives you free shipping. So I made it
Okay,
worth
okay.
the price tag of it. It's like $50 for the year. Since all my pre-orders came out in this year, it kind of like is like $15 each for each shipping, so it kind of paid itself. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
they were weak with Power Rangers. They showed some cool stuff with Transformers. They showed like that automated Optimus Prime, which is pretty dope
Yes.
looking. It was really cool. Is it worth $700? I don't know. I'm not the person to buy it, but it looks pretty damn cool. Jinkies is a person that will buy that.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, if he buys it, he better make an unboxing video. I'm telling you, like he did for Mass Effect Andromeda. You better put that work in.
Oh man, all that money wasted on that game.
We won't let you forget.
Never will. Lucky they didn't
Uh,
have a legendary collector's edition for this one.
yeah. Don't speak too soon. They might. It still is. It's still the same company. They might find a way.
Yeah. So Hasbro, they did a announcement for things I collect, which is mainly the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. They announced the Metallic Rangers of red, black, yellow, and blue, with new head scans and all. So Rocky actually looks more like Rocky instead of the one that they had on the Zeo Ranger Blue. They have Ashley, Billy, and Adam as the Black Ranger. They all look pretty
Hmm.
decent. They had that glitter. So Kat came out first. She was exclusive, and it was like that glittery shit. So they did it with these Rangers. So I'm guessing they're gonna do the White Ranger eventually,
Okay.
because
Okay.
he also was part of that. That was a really, really bad moment in Power Ranger season 3 when they all became metallic and it was like invincible kind of shit. It kind of happened towards the end of the series.
I remember it, and it wasn't fun to watch at all.
It was bad. But the one
Uh,
that caught my eye though is the Target exclusive, which I was able to get. I was able to pre-order too. Um, the Power Ranger Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Tyrannosaurus Century from the Boom comic book series of the Shattered Grid. Lord Draken has other Rangers as his troopers, so the Red Ranger is like his Century. And they have him. He looks pretty dope. He has a cape and all. Looks pretty solid. I'm actually excited for that one. The one thing I noticed about them also, they all kind of have a new helmet scan. Like they mold the helmet more round than the other ones had like a weird shape helmet. So these look better.
Now, as far as the story stuff goes, how many figures have they made so far from like the comic book series?
3.
Okay. All right.
Lord Draken. Well, 4. Because Lord Draken, the version 3, which it was the collector's edition. The Ranger Slayer, and then him.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
and Cycle Green. Cycle 5. Cycle Green was part of the comic books.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So they're doing little by little with comics. I'm happy that they are actually doing that. Um, Another thing that made me at my ass, like that caught me and made me broke, is NECA and them damn Ninja Turtle figures. They announced the case of the pizza crawlers, the pizza eaters, the pizza I forgot the alien monsters, the pizza eaters, the pizza.
Those meatballs that look like xenomorphs.
Yes, exactly. Dumb.
I
They
hate that episode.
they announced that. Basically, a lot of people are complaining because in the cartoon there's 3 of them, and most games you see 3 of them, so you only was able to pre-order 2 and not 3, so they can do it cartoon realistic. But you're able to pre-order that on NECA's website. This is really rare when they actually let you pre-order stuff on their website. They take forever with everything. Trust me, I'm still waiting on my Bebop and Rocksteady since last year. So they're good with it. They do send it eventually, but they just take forever with everything. So I got 2 of the Pizza Hut pizza eaters, whatever the fuck they are. And then they also gave you a chance to pre-order Rat King and Vernon and the Triceraton with the 2 robots. So I was able to pre-order all those, and I got those waiting for me on NECA, and it made me spend more money. And then another thing I lined up purchasing was because goddamn Jinkies gave me Toy Galaxy did a history on Bucky O'Hare, and I'm very fond of this cartoon. When I was a kid, I actually really loved this cartoon. I thought the toys were cool because they kind of like meshed with the Ninja Turtles. They were made kind of the same size and everything, so I used to love them. That Boss Toys was making them a newer version of the Bucky O'Hare figures, and I found out on that video. So it made me go visit that website and end up buying Bucky O'Hare and Deadeye. So I'll definitely do an unboxing. I think I still have my original Bucky, so I could probably do a comparison.
Okay, cool,
So
cool,
we'll see.
cool.
If not, anyone want to lend me $85 to buy a brand new Bucky O'Hare figure? Because I don't want to buy it. They go for like 80 to $100, the Bucky O'Hare figures.
Okay.
But yeah, so I saw that they had a bunch of them. They even had like an Easter special with a chocolate. It was a brown Bucky. It was supposed to look like chocolate.
Not made out of, right?
Nah, not made out of. That would have been cool, but I wouldn't have paid $35 on a chocolate Bucky O'Hare.
I mean, depends on the quality. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. They announced so many things. Marvel, with Hasbro, Marvel Legends, like they announced a bunch of Iron Man stuff.
I see. They look cool.
They
The one ridiculous thing I see is the Eye of Agamotto,
yeah,
the pendant, and the
yeah. It's like
the stone comes out now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, they announced that. They announced Thor, the chubby Thor is getting a figure.
Yeah, I see. Mm-hmm.
They announced so many things, and then the Optimus Prime. Which,
but it's cool. This is the first. Is this the first appearance of Ironheart?
Yes, as a figure.
So
yes.
That's significant. That's cool.
They also announced a bunch of Transformer figures, which I'm glad I didn't go into that rabbit hole collecting Transformer figures because there are some really dope looking ones. They have like the Beast Wars ones are coming out. They look sick. So I'm like, thank God I don't collect those. They announced the Snake Eye movie figures. They have those, which I think comes out next year. They added more of the Beast Morphers like Rhinox, Scorpino, and a couple other characters like that. So they have like so much shit coming out. Like they're just overwhelming.
That's
and
ridiculous.
then they also had the Hasbro Labs, which is the projects they had was like the Sentinel, the Razor Crest for Mandalorian. The next one they're doing for Marvel Legends will be Galactus.
So, and that's the first one of Galactus of any recent type
of Hasbro, like Hasbro giant figures. They did make I think it was Toy Biz. They made the Build-A-Figure.
Okay, cool. I think I do have either that or the Sentinel.
Okay.
No, I think I might have both of those. Okay.
So
that was a while ago.
Where this one's gonna be like almost 2 feet fucking tall.
So it's gonna be just about in the same ballpark. Okay.
About the big
as those other.
Nah, it's gonna be bigger, a lot bigger than the Marvel Legend. The Marvel Legend.
No, I mean that. I mean like the Unicron and things like that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one's usually like you pay for it and your order set, but you ain't gonna get it till like next year. So I think they haven't announced the date that they're gonna be selling those, but keep an eye on it. If you are a Marvel Legend collector, I do not. I stopped Marvel Legends because it became too much.
There were all too many.
As you could, as you just heard me buy a bunch of shit. Now you understand why I don't collect Marvel Legends, because there's more shit to collect and I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
yeah,
can't
that's-
eat plastic.
yeah, exactly. You can. It ain't taste. Don't taste good. You could die.
I wouldn't recommend it, but
I
you
wouldn't-
can.
You can. I won't recommend it. It hurt. It hurt a lot. In and out.
The funny thing, speaking of it hurting in and out, let's talk about the Mass Effect series. And I just wanted to point out, in very recent games, I think as in today, Spot, not to be confused with GameStop, is reporting that the Mass Effect Legendary Edition has gone gold, and that the date of release was the 14th of May, just to make sure. But that's just to say it's official, it's coming. There is no delay, because I see that there's other stuff getting delayed, like the game Deathloop that was supposed to come out in May as well, and
Yeah.
it's been pushed back until September. Actually, the same date, September 14th. So I think it was probably that same week. You know how a lot of games come out in the same time frame. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it comes out in May.
So now that is getting Deathloop's getting bumped. Mass Effect is gonna go, so it's officially coming out. So can't wait. Hopefully they fixed all the jank.
Yeah,
They had enough time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm excited for
They showed off recently, very recently. Sony put up on their, if you follow their socials, they put up an article about how the character that you create, because when the games originally came out, you have to understand there was a time period in between each one. So they were progressing, so your characters look worse and they eventually got better looking.
it. Yeah,
And that now your characters do not look bad and they will stay looking good. So throughout all 3 games, your character will look the same.
Cool.
Which is good. Because, yeah, your generic Shepard, I don't care what nobody tells you. Tells me or tells you, they look kind of funky. I'm saying.
I'm just saying they better have like at least a day one patch for Trump to enhance it for PS5.
You mean the game itself?
Yeah.
Does it have a new one?
Because it's not a PS5, it's a PS4 game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the only thing they have to do is up-res the games. Cause
Yeah. Because them elevator scenes are long.
No, but that's not gonna be a thing. That's not.
Yeah.
This isn't a port.
Yeah.
This is already not a port. So they already did work to make things that were really like outdated. They showed, that was actually a thing they showed of the time in the elevator,
Yeah.
which was like 5 seconds or something like that,
Yeah.
as compared to a long ass conversation. I think maybe they implemented something where you could not watch that
Yeah. Okay.
if you don't want to. But I think the fact of it being faster means, wouldn't you miss dialogue?
Yeah.
Because-
Unless they say the same shit.
Because remember, there was like parts in the story of Mass Effect throughout the entire series where the characters would discuss unique dialogue about the plot. So
Yeah.
if they cut that out, that would be pretty bad. So I assume they would probably let you just sit there and watch it,
Yeah.
not make you have to. Because hey man, this game gotta load. If you walk out that door, you don't know what you might see.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play it again. I'll definitely go through them. Probably stream them. Probably get me back into streaming to do this, because I haven't played. Again, part 2 is like my favorite 360 game, so I'm excited, especially going back to part 2. I know I'm gonna love part 2 again.
Yes, and as much as I like all 3 of the games, I'm excited more for this, for a very clean version of the first game,
Me too. That was something
because
else.
it was buggy, so buggy. So that's a game. See, if that came out nowadays, it wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't fly. People would shoot it down because it was bad. I think nobody played that game and didn't experience something that broke.
Did you
Like
play the PS3 version or you played the 360?
of Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
Well, it was originally exclusive, so
Yeah.
that's the only way I got to play it was on Xbox.
Yeah, same
Three.
here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
get the what was it? There was a special edition of 2
Yeah.
that had the story parts that you could get a brief summary and make choices,
Yeah.
but you could not actually like go through and play the original.
I
Which
think the Legendary Collection, that was the only time you got to play the first one on PS3.
well, the Legendary Collection is the new one.
Yeah. No,
That's
no,
the
not
name
the
of the new
Legendary.
one.
The first trilogy.
Okay,
The
okay,
box set that they did for PS3 and 360.
gotcha.
Anyway, May 14th is the date that's coming out. I'm very excited. I have a pre-order, I think, on Amazon.
Okay, cool.
I think I pre-ordered on Amazon. I'm definitely getting it. Hopefully, Twitch TV, Mark with the Mic, I'll be twitching that game, and we'll make a Shepherd and make him as ugly as we can.
I don't think that'll be hard to do.
We'll make it like, see if we can make Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But
Exactly. What? Anyway.
that's his name. That's his name. It's not Steve. It's what?
What? Steve what? Oh, what Shepherd?
Yeah,
Because you had
basically.
to keep the last name.
Basically.
I'm excited for it though. Hopefully, they do well and remake it with love. I'm excited to see it.
Otherwise, we have to let him know we're gonna stand outside the headquarters
Yeah.
with pitchforks and torches.
Yep. And Jinkies.
Cause how are you gonna screw this up? So
Jinkies
hopefully
gonna
they
have a
all go
refund
well.
bill.
No, he's gonna be like, "Can I please get a remaster of Andromeda?" That's what
That's what he's going for.
that's what he wants.
You know what? There's only one person I know that finished the game. Like personally, know that finished the game. I
Mhm.
could not finish it. Like I got to a certain part. I got pretty far in the game, and it's just like I can't. Like it's just bad. I couldn't keep going.
I mean, that's unfortunately the legacy. A lot of people say this story kind of evens up, but it was a lot to put up with.
yeah,
I think for a lot of people. So, hey, maybe they'll fix that. Fix it up graphically, because it is a last gen game, right?
yeah,
Maybe they'll do that due diligence later.
yeah,
Who knows? Maybe there'll be a better version of Andromeda down the line.
yeah.
Who knows?
I don't think you could make that.
Would I pay money for that? I don't. No promises. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. Seeing that it's Wrestling Mania weekend, I'll just give a brief. That WWE 2K22 got a little preview. Definitely check it out. We talked about it a bit more on Wrestling Babble, but just wanted to let you guys know. Check it out.
It looks pretty good, at least graphically. So
Yeah.
whatever engine they're using, it looks nice. It's just, hey, please don't be on fire this time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So
What else?
also, this is WrestleMania weekend,
Oh yeah.
so that's the thing.
So much wrestling.
There is still one day left, but there was basically about 7 days of wrestling this week. Not
Yeah.
all of it was WWE,
Yeah.
but basically 7 days of wrestling this week.
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Because of Impact.
Mondays, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And Impact also had a preview yesterday too, so they have a lot of shit going on. Good for it.
Gotcha.
Good stuff.
Gotcha.
Streets of Rage 4 gets DLC. Mr. X Nightmare DLC coming
Looks cool.
soon.
I hope they have a surprise, because it looks pretty like, okay, the characters wise, it looks like what you expected. The 3 silhouettes, one of them they show is Estelle, which is the new character, the cop they introduced. Like you fight her as a boss. The other 2, obviously, it looks like either Max.
One is Max, and the other one is the Asian, the martial artist.
Shiva. But I hope they throw a swerve in that last one is Shiva and Mixed Rex.
Okay.
Because that's not because it's like expected, just because obviously they put his name on it, right?
Yeah.
Mr. X Nightmare.
Yeah.
But also because in the fan community that they have a habit of making Mr. X a playable character.
Okay.
And since we don't see him in the game except in the little retro hidden stage,
Yeah.
it would be cool if they just threw in a Mr. X at the end.
That's cool.
Just saying. Just saying. So
Yeah.
there's no date on that yet, so we gotta wait for it. I believe that is also probably like Deathloop, a victim of the pandemic, because remember they hinted at there being more stuff for that game a while ago,
Yeah.
and like the fans were already saying, "Oh yeah, we see that you could probably make the characters for Estelle, Shiva, and Max," and we're like, why weren't they in the game? But hey, we'll see. Hopefully it's this year, right? They
Yeah.
announced it. Hopefully it's this year. That's all I
Hopefully
gotta
this
say
year.
about that.
And we also got Ninja Turtles and a couple other things coming out the same thing. So.
Has there a date for Ninja Turtles yet, or is there still no date?
No date yet.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully that's this year as well,
Yeah.
because you never know what COVID might have pushed back.
I really hope it comes out this year.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Oh, before we go to the verdict, I just want to shout out the Diablo 2 Resurrected. They had a technical alpha, and so obviously not everybody got in. Certain people got priority. That's cool. People streaming. I'm thankful to see it because I got to see in live action the graphical filter change.
Cool.
And it's like, if you're a fan of Diablo 2, then that's just crazy. That's nuts how it's so smooth. It's cool to see that we're at that point where they can do that if they put the work in. So I appreciate that. Scott Steiner doesn't like it. He hates Diablo. He's more of a Baldur's Gate guy. So all right, guy.
He
But anyway.
hates the devil.
Yeah, because it wasn't him. That's what.
Yeah. He hates the devil. That's cool. Hopefully I'll definitely play that. I love Part 3, so definitely give it a try.
And it looks like it's gonna be on everything.
So, you got a Switch?
No, I don't have a Switch yet.
Not yet? You ordered it?
I saw, thanks to Uncle Joe.
Nice.
Thanks to Uncle Joe, we'll hopefully get a Monster Hunter Switch on this next week. So we'll see what happens.
Sweet.
Hopefully nobody sends me an email saying, "Sorry, we sold your system. We sorry we let you order it, but we can't fulfill your order." You know what I'm saying? Another reason, and also unfortunately it was a GameStop purchase, but they had it. That's the thing.
Hey, if they had it, they had it. Hopefully, it's the right one. Also, so while you get the Switch and you get the online, Pac-Man 99 is out on the Switch, which is actually pretty cool. It's pretty much you versus 99 people playing Pac-Man.
I got to watch Maximilian play it when it came out.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It looks nuts. Did you try it?
I have not tried it yet, but I like the Pac-Man Championship Edition, so I just downloaded it. I haven't played it yet.
I wish it had more of that type of music because I remember Championship Edition being really cool.
Championship was dope. It was so dope.
And I know it had different visual things to it. This one looks like it has, at least they're bringing in that idea. You know what I mean? Let's remix Pac-Man visually, so it looks cool.
Yeah,
and it has a bunch of cool visual, like the ghosts, how the way they chain up together when you. It's like it has like these not usual for Pac-Man mechanics of if you, like as you play, what you do is dump other ghosts, and you can potentially like put like a shadow version of a Pac-Man that it can't eat your Pac. So say me and you were playing, right?
Yeah.
And I did like a really long combo, and then it would dump ghosts on your screen, and if you eat the silhouettes of them, it adds them to your chain.
Yeah.
So then you get a bigger chain, so you can dump more back on me. But also, there's like I don't know if they block you or whatever, but there's red Pac-Man, and then there's just plain outlines. The outlines slow the other players down.
Yeah.
And you can eat them when you get a power pellet, which is funny.
Cool.
But then there's these red ones that you have to turn back, and hopefully you didn't go the wrong way, and they didn't pop up on your screen. And then there's the whole the other mechanic where you eat fruit to get the the regular pellets back,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, it looks like they had some time to think about what they wanted to do, and it looks cool.
Yeah, it's a
So
fun. I did play the Championship Edition when it first came out. I loved them, so I'm definitely going to try to play it this weekend. It's on the Switch, so definitely download it for free if you have the Nintendo Switch Online, which is $24 for one person. It is $35 for a family.
do they say how
And
many people that includes?
4,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
and it's ends a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And you also get the SNES stuff, the NES stuff that they add on every time, and those are free.
So what is that? How do you interact with that? You just like
Just go to the
click on
store,
a menu.
write NES, and download the NES thing, and it has all the games inside. Same thing with the SNES.
And I heard it was for some of them. Is it? Do you know if they put the work in for most of the games to do to play online and whatnot?
Some of the games, yeah. I have not played every game on there, but like some of them have like the time trial things and things like that, or
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Like Mario 3 has time trials and stuff like that. Some games have like SP versions, which is more for online and stuff. So they actually did little things like that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
So
definitely check it out.
at this point, it's been how many years since that thing has been working? 4.
Yeah.
So is it worth it now as
Well,
a service?
yeah, it's fun. It does its job. If you want to play online, you need it. So if you're playing Monster Hunter, you do need that.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, like it's cheap. It's cheap enough for just to deal with it because it's only again by yourself for $25. It's not that bad for the year, and you get the new updates for the SNES games and NES games. I think they're going to start adding Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games and things like that. So hopefully you can add them, you can stream them, things like that if you want to go old school and shit.
Got you.
And it has a
Okay.
nice library. It's not like it has a shitty library. It has like fucking Mario All Stars. It has Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island. It has Mario RPG. It has Legend of Zelda: Links to the Past. It has Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3. It has a lot of Star Fox and shit like that. It even has a lot of the beat 'em up games that came out on those NES and Sega and Super Nintendo games. So definitely check those out. They're a lot of fun.
Does it have what is it? Urban Fighter? I think it was.
Urban Fighter. I don't think
Is that
it does.
the one from Nintendo where like the two guys fight on the street and then the winner is the one that knocks the other guy to the edge of the screen and a flower pot falls in his head?
I'm not sure. I could check.
Because that's like that's one of those games that it made it as a trophy in Smash, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool they put that
Was
in
it Super
there.
Nintendo or
No, it's regular Nintendo.
regular Nintendo?
I think it's Urban Champion. Is it Urban Champion?
Urban Champions.
I think it might be Urban Champion.
I don't think it's Urban Champions. Then.
That's not. Oh,
I don't think.
oh well.
I don't think it is. So what they have on Nintendo side, they have Fire and Ice, Nightshade, Scat, Immortal, Rygar, Shadow of the Ninja, Bolt Duel, Gradius, Simulus, Gradius, Kung Fu, Vice, Wrecking Crew, Mighty Bomb, Donkey Kong 3, City Connection, Double Dragon 2, Twins Bubble or something like that, Volleyball, Excite Bike, Donkey Kong Jr., Punch Out, Mario Lost at Levels, Super Star Soldier, Kid Icarus, Kirby Adventure, Star Tropics, Adventures of Link, Mario 2, Metroid, Kirby Adventure, Blastmaster, Ghosts and Goblins, Ninja Gaiden, Wario Woods, Dr. Mario, Lolo, The Adventures of Lolo, Twin Bee, Dodgeball, Solomon's Key, NES Open, Legend of Zelda. Nah, they don't have that one. River City Ransom,
Oh, okay.
that's
Okay.
on there on the NES side. Super NES side, you have a lot of good games too. So they added stuff every month or so.
Okay. Cool.
So it's always good to have, especially if you have that feature. Just always look to see what's new on there because they update it randomly. It's not like a date like PlayStation, and Xbox. They have like a date for it or stuff like that. They have that Tough Enough. Is that Master the Moose and Master Me? What game is this? I think this one we talked about it. It's Jellicoe who made it. What game is this? I'm sorry.
I wish there was the random weird stuff like Shatterhand on there, but whatever.
Yeah, Tough Enough is in it.
Tough enough. Okay.
Shatterhand, yeah, that would have been cool. They have a lot of, again, it goes to the point that they have to get copyrights and all that shit too. So it has to be the company that has to let them have the game as well.
I imagine that company doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they're probably not.
Man.
They have Brawler Brothers.
I've never heard of them.
I don't know.
Who are those guys?
I have no clue.
What about Bad Dudes?
Bad Dudes.
I remember that was from Nintendo.
I remember that in Nintendo too. The Bad Dudes. Anyway, but yeah, when you have the system, definitely check that out. It's actually fun to use and stuff like that. I use it all the time.
Okay.
Play Mario 3
cool.
and shit. But yeah.
All right, that's not bad.
So, you mentioned a Castlevania before we go to the movie.
Oh, there was a, what do you call that? Like a development disc that somebody found that had a small like gameplay slice of what was it called? It was like an experimental Castlevania game. It was like it just never came out. It was a canceled game. And somebody finally put the footage on YouTube. I don't really know when the person found it, but it had to be recently, obviously. But it's basically was gonna be the next story in the series, following the protagonist from the Game Boy games, or at least I think she was in one of the Game Boy games.
Yeah.
And it's Sonya Belmont, and the game is called Castlevania Resurrection, and it was canceled in 2000. So, but this is the first time, I guess, the actual real footage is out there. I mean, it looks about what you would expect. It looks a little better graphical quality wise than 64 did, because it came after, obviously, as a Dreamcast game.
Okay.
But there was no Castlevania game on the Dreamcast, so this would have been the one. So, but obviously, when you look at it, it's not finished.
Yeah.
It's got debug menus all over it and stuff. So, it'd be interesting to see if somebody in the modern era would take the time to finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you never know. So,
No, you never know.
I wonder what will come from this, but
Cool.
it's cool to see.
Cool. So I guess we get into our verdict.
Scott Steiner hates this.
Stop seeing these damn movies. So we are doing our verdicts of 2 decades of comic book superhero movies. This week's movie is The Punisher, starring Dolph Lundgren.
Yes. This is for all intents and purposes, this is the first Punisher movie.
Yep.
Wouldn't think about it, but there are a handful. I mean, I wish there was still more being made because I like the character, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
The direction that Marvel is in right now, that would be a good look to have these movies, because it'd be another guy fighting for rated R. I'm just saying, if you want to tell some good Punisher stories, you should get that rated R. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is The Punisher from 1989. It is 1 hour and 29 minutes, classified as action, crime, and thriller. It debuted. They only have the West Germany debut here, October 5th, 1989. So we don't know when it came out in America. Why IMDb? Why you do that?
Let's see if they do.
But the other info
April 25th, 1991.
Okay, so it was 91.
So it
America?
came out 89 probably over there and 91 over here.
Wow, crazy.
That's crazy.
The director is Mark Goldblatt. I'm not familiar with his work, so. But I would just say it wasn't a bad movie. I know it gets a lot of crap.
Yes, it does.
But it's not what you. I can't say it's not what you would want. I see here oh, that's not good. I mean, okay. Because I'm going through his stuff. He directed Predator 2.
Uh,
Oh, he's an editor. He's an editor. You don't
yeah.
like Predator 2? Come on. I
You
like
know
Predator.
what? I haven't watched it. He's an editor in a lot of movies.
Yes, I see. He's an editor in Predator 2,
He did
Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Last
Death.
Boy Scout.
He did the Dune Death Wish.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He was
direct.
in
No, he directed
a
three
lot of
movies.
things. He's he's credited as an editor on a lot of stuff. But yeah,
Dead Heat. He did
ah,
The Punisher, and he did Erie, Indiana. I think that was a TV show.
Dead Heat with Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo. Do you remember that movie? I don't.
No, I do not.
Do you remember when Joe Piscopo was an action star? I don't.
I don't either. I barely remember him in Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I just remember him from SNL.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's funny though, looking at the guy's accolades for being an editor. He's on a lot of stuff we've seen. Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
True Lies, Showgirl, Starship Troopers, Armageddon,
Terminator.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Hollow Man, Pearl Harbor, Bad Boys 2. Just a lot. X-Men: The Last Stand, for better or for worse. Triple S, The State of the Union. I kind of like that movie.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff. And Chappie. Look at that, Chappie.
There you go. I like Chappie.
I will say, like the way this movie was shot, there were lots of things about it I did like. So
Okay.
credit to that. Credit to that.
Yeah. Punisher is attacking your area, I guess. Scott Steiner don't like it, so he's going to attacking him. Dolph Lundgren wasn't bad. He kind of looked like Frank Castle. I just was mad that he didn't have the damn skull on his chest. I think that was my biggest issue. That was my biggest issue. Like, where's the skull? He had the time to get customized knives that had the skull on it to be like a cordon card, but you couldn't have a skull T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. And then they give you the timeline, so that it's at least 5 years. I think it is.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years of him rampaging and killing. I think they said like 100 and something members of organized crime.
Yeah.
That's another thing I kind of didn't pay attention as much. Maybe the last time I watched this movie.
Yeah.
They kind of give you details for everything. So even though it's only an hour and a half, it doesn't skimp on the details of why he's doing what he's doing, who he is.
Yeah.
The big issue with the mafia and other organized crime, like they kind of centralize on that entire thing. That doesn't go off into things like his childhood and whatnot, or anything like that, or even it doesn't even go into his military background, which Punisher usually does, in some way, shape, or form. They mostly play up the fact of him being an ex-cop who was murdered, and they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And they incorporate his origin. They change it up.
Yeah.
It's a car bomb that kills his family, and not them being viciously shot to death in a park.
Yeah.
So they do have the element of his family being taken from him surviving the attack. This one does is he's an underground like vigilante who just knows where everybody is and has like. At one point towards the end, you see he has like the one of the main guys' headquarters bugged.
Yeah.
So you have to assume that a lot of the way he's finding these things is through like the police equipment he must have had access to and things like that. So that's how he was able to find everybody.
Yeah.
But basically, he's this guy that lives in the sewers that just pops up to kill crooks, essentially, to kill mafioso and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Yeah, he had like the splinter
What
layer.
it is. Yeah, he's down there butt naked. Why does he have he has an anvil?
Yeah.
I noticed that when they pan in, when he's like meditating and whatnot, of the stuff he has, like he's got his weights, he's got different things down there to train and whatnot. But he also has just a freaking anvil. I'm just like, what swords are he for? Is that how he gets the knives? Like he doesn't have them custom built.
Yeah.
He custom builds them. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
There's no fire
Is that
source
crazy?
there.
I think he has a furnace down there too. I think he has a furnace. So,
He was in a
because remember, he's down there. And there's a point in the movie when he gets stabbed in the
Yeah.
chest by the female ninja,
yeah.
and it's like she throws a knife and hits him in the chest, and he takes a burning knife. So he's got a fire down there,
Oh, okay. So
You know
he
what I
does have the fire.
and he
Make-
kind of burns himself like with a knife that was on coals. So
Yeah.
I guess he's got that tech,
Yeah.
that old tech.
Yeah, because he had a shitload of walls, weapons on the wall. I was like, all right, this is for Monday, this for Tuesday, this is Wednesday.
I mean,
He had weapons for the.
he's going to war, right?
Yeah, man.
He's going to war. They also have, let's see, Louis Gossett Jr. is like the co-star.
Yeah.
He has the most ridiculous name though. Well, how's he a black cop named Jake Berkowitz?
I don't know.
Isn't
He
that a
was
Jewish
adopted.
last name?
Yeah. Hey,
All
there's,
right.
there's black Jewish people. Black
I
Jews.
understand that could be a thing, but the last name is just like, I assume he's adopted. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. 'Cause what?
He adopted, or he just. I don't know.
There's somebody in the family tree, I guess. You know what I mean? It stood out to me because obviously this movie has mafia and yakuza, and everybody's got their traditional name. You have Gianni, a character named Gianni Franco, played by Jeroen Krabbe, because
Yeah.
of the accent on the E. Kim Miori plays the main villainess, Lady Tanaka, obviously.
Yeah.
Stereotypical name. She's like the head of the Yakuza period.
Yeah.
So that's another thing they established. The heads of the families are like, oh no, these are the absolute top.
Yeah.
Like when they're giving you her rundown, she's like Harvard graduated. Like she's got all types of accolades in the real world and in the crime world and whatnot. So she's supposed to be super elite, basically. And
Yeah.
then all the crime family guys, they're the top heads of each one of their families. But they make it clear that Frank has been messing up their stuff so badly that they're not as strong as they could be.
Yeah.
Because then there's a scene where she comes in and takes over. So,
Yeah.
or is threatening to,
Yeah.
unless she just breaks them all down. And then that's kind of where you have the main conflict of the movie is eventually it's the Yakuza versus the Mafia versus the Punisher.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So,
A lot of
yeah.
gang violence.
Yeah, basically.
A lot of
Basically
Punisher
gang
violence.
That's one of the things I mentioned to you, Mark, was that the movie has a lot of violence, a lot of stabbing, a lot of dudes getting shot, but it does not have gore. No gore. Like no guts falling out, no extreme blood splatter all over. Dudes just coughing up fountains of blood, no sprays of blood like RoboCop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not as gritty as that. It's funny how this movie is technically, like you could say, it's more violent, but RoboCop is grittier than this movie.
Workout had people exploding.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they just had like people getting strangled and some gunshots. RoboCop, a guy melting and
That's what I'm saying.
splatters on the
Like-
car.
Like for all the gunshots and people getting hit with projectile knives and whatnot. A lot of knife throwing in this movie.
Yeah, a lot of knives.
For all that, in RoboCop, Murphy getting murdered is still more extreme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So, damn it, he's back
Yeah, Scott Snyder don't like Murphy died. He mad at it.
because he wanted to do it himself. That's why.
Sign a
I'm a
requirement.
genetic freak, and I could have pulled him apart. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He tried to get him when Sting was teaming up. Man.
Listen. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Sting was tag team partners. RoboCop. It happened.
The craziest thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I didn't mind the movie. The movie was fun. It was action. It was action packed. It did everything it had to do. The story was interesting to the point that it kept me in, even though I'm glad it was not long. Because honestly, movies like this could be like 3 hours long, and not get anywhere. This one just here. This is this. Now go have fun.
It felt like an issue of a comic almost.
Yeah.
Like this felt like a slice of his story. Like
Yeah.
he's not. It didn't like set up a universe. It didn't set up him dying or anything at the end. And like nothing like that. Like this wasn't final, nor did it set up it being the beginning of anything. It just felt like a one and done. Just hey, this story happened, and it just so happened to involve these characters.
You know, he did everything in leather pants. He must be chafing like a motherfucker.
Yes, but then again, when you watch this movie, you realize that pain is something he just endures throughout the movie. So
yeah, he looked like he hasn't slept in like 3 months, and like throughout the whole movie, he looks like he hasn't slept in like 3 months.
Oh, he hasn't slept in 5 years.
Yeah, so he don't sleep. It's impossible.
Yeah.
He would die if he didn't sleep.
But I just thinking back to it, it's like it has the Punisher staples. It has the violence, the shooting, the dark origin, the mafia, the organized crime, killing, the cops, the drama, the torture. Like it's got like literally everything. So it's like I can't really say it didn't represent the Punisher.
You need the skull.
Needed the skull, yes.
You need the skull
to make it official.
Yeah, you needed the skull. You had the outfit, you had the look, you had the motorcycle. The motorcycle was pretty badass. Just needed the skull. That was my only fucking issue. It was like, where's the skull? Just put the skull.
Yeah.
It could be like a gray one. You don't have to see it that well, but the skull.
Where's the skull?
Exactly.
That's it.
Other than that, I enjoyed it for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so what you give it? What rating you give it?
So I asked you the placement before. So what did I give? Weird Science?
3.5.
And then the movie above that,
4.
3.75, and it goes right in between.
Okay. I'm gonna give this a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's again, I think it's in between Superman the movie and Weird Science. So right now, for our 2 decades of superhero comic movies, we at mine's at number 1 is RoboCop, Batman number 2, Superman 2 number 3, Flash Gordon's number 4, Toxic Avengers number 5, Superman the movies number 6, Punisher's number 7, Weird Science number 8, number 9 is Superman 3, and number 10 is Howard the Duck. For yours, oops, wrong one. It is RoboCop 1, Batman 2, Toxic Avenger 3, Superman 2 4, Superman the movie 5, Flash Gordon 6, Punisher 7, Weird Science 8, Superman 3 9, and Howard the Duck 10.
All right. That's not bad.
Next up is our second sequel, because we had Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we actually went through a whole trilogy, a whole 4 movies. Toxic Avenger 2.
Here we go.
Some more shit show. I don't remember this. I remember singing it, but I don't remember it at all. Like, just in general, I do not know what's going to go on in this movie.
I don't know if it was this one or the third one where he crunches up a little person into a basketball. That's all I'm looking forward to. One of these movies, he does that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yes.
So, yeah. The fuck did I put that notes? There it goes. Recent page. Yeah, so our next movies for the next couple of weeks, we have Toxic Avenger 2 and 3, which are our first movies are like back to back. Captain America and then Darkman.
Oh boy. Can't wait for Darkman.
Yep. So yeah. That's all.
Yes, sir.
We'll wrap this up.
Thank you for listening to another episode. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is also WordPress. That is also where you can hear this and the other podcasts we do, like the Wrestling Bible podcast.
Yep.
Make sure you check us out, SoundCloud. Check us out on Spotify and YouTube. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube TV, SoundCloud, and YouTube TV, Twitch TV, YouTube, SoundCloud, all Mark the Mic. Follow. Again, the easiest way to get our podcast, Red Cyclone Inc. on Spotify, which you could listen to our weekly cast, The Wrestling Babble, and the Guest Pedestrian podcast, or our monthly cast of The Morphin Cast, I Shall Shock, the Gamer Rage podcast, and Not a Trekkie. So, yeah, listen, like, subscribe, share, let us know what you like. And, yeah, that's it. Always. remember, follow the Jinkies.
Soggy WrestleMania sandwiches. That's what he got.
Punisher don't like it.
Just watch the Jinkies carry that soggy sandwich down the ramp. Try not to slip.
Don't do a Mandy Rose. Oh,
Don't do it.
Poor Mandy.
Don't do it.
Poor Mandy. She bust her ass. But
Don't
she
do
took
it.
it like
Don't
a
do it.
sport.
Don't do the Titus World Slide. Don't do
World
it.
slide. Worldwide. That was so douche chilling. Hearing him and Hogan.
Mm-mm. Not on this. You ain't bringing up that hot dog man.
Oh man, that was bad. It was really bad. Our next wrestling battle will be our WrestleMania review, so definitely stay tuned for that. We got a lot of shit to say about Hulk Hogan.
Check it out.
Peace out.
No hot dog man. No hot
No